Welcome back to the main stage. Today our guest is Susie De Giusti with TGIF, Towards Gainful Infinite Freedom. Today we talked about how to find yourself on stage. This is a topic that you don't want to miss, so let's dive right in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take the center stage with the main stage. I'm Meagan Fettes, and this is where we ignite your entrepreneurial spirit and elevate your speaking power, unveiling the strategies and the insights that will set you on the fast track to success and personal fulfillment. Welcome back, Susie.
Thank you.
We just talked about some embarrassing moments that all of us have as speakers. And so if you haven't taken a look, definitely check it out because we talk about some really powerful tools to overcome those embarrassing moments, which is something I feel like holds a lot of speakers back.
Yes.
This episode, I would love to hear, in your opinion, what is the number one skill that speakers need to master in order to increase their results from the stage?
Okay, so this one is all about the inside,
Nice.
right? We know what it is that we do. We know that we're good at it. We have the professionalism and the expertise and all that. What we need is that confidence. We need to be able to see ourselves on that stage as the expert. We need to be able to acknowledge that, yes, we have the right to be there. So confidence in yourself and in your talk, key.
Nice. I love that. And so what would you say would be one of the best ways in your experience and in your own journey to develop that confidence and really own themselves as that powerful speaker?
I like to write out the vision. Okay, and we've heard about this out there. We've got Bob Proctor, Mary Morrissey, Tony Robbins. They're always talking about visioning. And when you see yourself on the stage, you're going to write it out. This is what's going to happen. This is what the reaction is going to be. This is how I'm going to portray myself. This is who I am. And you just relive that vision over and over and over again until it just is. And I think that's the best way to do it.
Yes. There's a story about an Olympic gold medalist. She was a gymnast. And when they did an interview with her, they actually said, well, what was your tool for being able to advance your skills to be like a gold medal gymnast? And she actually said, I'm not the best here, but I am the best visualizer. And I think that's so powerful because we often forget that our mind and our body are very much interconnected, right? Like our subconscious mind is actually in our body. It's not in our brain where so many people think it is.
That's right.
And so when we visualize, what are some key tools and tips that you would share with people to really enhance the power of that visualization so that they can feel it and they can own it?
Well, you'd have to feel it first and foremost, right? When you're visualizing, you want to feel what it's going to be like. Let even those little nervous bits come up because it gives you the next step in that vision to take that breath and open yourself up more to be part of the energy that's there in the room. Everything that I have done so far in my career as a coach and as a speaker is feel it. I've got to be able to feel it. I like to say that I want to be able to share joy and inspiration, not only just for myself, because I got to do it for myself, right? But for women around the world. And to be able to coach them in some way with, in, and through love. And I need to feel that love for myself first before I can give it away, right?
Yeah.
So when you're visioning yourself talking, vision what it is that you are wanting to share, wanting to give, wanting to be able to say, this is who I am, and this is what I'd love to do for you.
I love this.
Feel it.
Because this is tuning into like one of my other favorite topics. Obviously, I love to speak about speaking, but I also love to talk about like manifestation and what that actually looks like.
Yeah.
And really, it's not about like the woo-woo aspects. It's about owning and leading ourselves so that we can achieve what it is that we want to achieve.
Yeah.
And I love how you talk about that feeling and having to cultivate it for ourselves first so that we have what we need in order to give it. And manifestation, I often talk about like the be, do, have.
Yep.
Right? Or the become, give, receive.
Yes.
And on a physical level, we know like if we want to give somebody 6 apples, we have to have 6 apples. If we don't have them, we can't give them.
Exactly.
But we forget about that on like the feeling front and on the inspiration and more of like the intangible side of things. And so really owning ourselves first, right? Choosing ourselves first, leading with that feeling so that we can be full of it.
Yes.
To give it.
Absolutely.
Dang.
Right? It's just like that first step on the stage. You know, yes, you're nervous. I'm shaking in my boots all the time. But if I just open my arms and say hello and give a smile, and I acknowledge those people that I can see in the first few rows, I'm sending them love, right? And I'm silently saying thank you for being here.
Yes.
Gratitude is cute. Very big as well. So all of those feelings that we envision in happening on that stage, it'll come about. It'll come about. So it is.
Yes. And you know, it's funny because when it comes to that kind of stuff, the manifestation, people often think, okay, well, if I sit here and I visualize it, then everything else will come. And I think having the mix between like that visualization and then like we talked about in the last episode, that rehearsal and that practice, marry those two together. Hot diggity.
Yep. Hot diggity indeed.
Right? That's a recipe for success right there.
Yes. Yes, it is. Wayne Dyer, if he was still around, he'd say, yes, indeed. I am that I am, he would say, and go from there. Yeah.
Yes. Because here's the thing, and this is something that I often will share with people, is that you can have the external work, right? The external work is absolutely essential, but we can only hit the results that we want to hit if we believe and lead ourselves to be able to achieve that.
Yes.
So the internal and the external have to match.
Yes.
Right? They have to be working together in order for us to achieve what is possible. And really what is possible is anything that we're willing to do in order to create.
Yes. Amen.
That's amazing. So I love that you touched on gratitude, and I want to kind of come back to this point.
Okay.
Because in my trainings and in my work, I talk about unlocking the attraction energetics. So as a speaker, not wanting to be perfect,
Right.
because none of us are. We are perfect expressions of who we're meant to be. And instead, being our most authentic, true self, allowing ourselves to let out all the quirkiness, all the weirdness, all of who we are on the stage, right? And why that's so important is because it actually attracts people to our true essence and our true energy. Gratitude is one of the greatest ways for us to land in that space. And when we visualize, it's also one of the greatest ways to imprint it as our new reality. So lots of people will talk about, okay, well, share 3 things that you're grateful for every day. Would you agree with that? Or is there a tool or a step that you want to share with the audience that will enhance?
Well, yeah, you do want to show. I always write down what I'm grateful for each day. You know, I may miss a couple of days, but that gives me more to be grateful when I do sit down and write. And I always usually say, if you have 3, great. But if you have 6, then you've had a really, really good day. Okay. But it doesn't have to be the same thing over and over again. It could be simply, for me, I know tonight I'm so happy and grateful that I had this opportunity to sit down with Meagan and record a session. For me, this is huge. And it's those little things, like if I found $1 in my pocket, I'm so happy and grateful I found $1 in my pocket, that goes into my savings bin, right? It's those little things that create miracles, I like to say. What we give thanks for, and it builds up. You find the vibration in your body also changes when you pick those things up all the time and just like, oh my God, I'm so grateful.
Yes.
Right? And then we stop and realize, we could have all the money in the world, but we still need to be grateful for all the little things that happen throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you stub your toe, curse, blah, 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 but I'm grateful and thankful that it didn't fall off.
Right?
Yes.
That I have toes to stub.
Yes, I have 9 other ones to go. Yeah, it's those little things. How you look at it is priceless.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. This was, again, so powerful. I love how we married and talked about that visualization component. Absolutely key for success. The matching that with the external, creating that combination of the work between the two.
Yep.
And then gratitude, right? Gratitude for our experience, gratitude for what it is that we're doing and what we're bringing to this world.
Yes.
Gratitude for the fact that we are a unique expression of who we're meant to be, and everything that we experience is for an opportunity of growth.
Yes.
Love it.
You've got to be grateful for each new day because the possibilities out there are limitless. So give thanks.
Absolutely. One of the things I always tell my kids actually is, how there's that saying of your life can change like that. And it's usually more drawn towards the negative.
Mm-hmm.
I always say the law of polarity. If it can happen that way, it can also happen this way. And so let's focus on, wow, what's possible today? How is my life going to change or be impacted for the positive today? And we'll always find what we're looking for.
Can I give one quick tip about that?
Yes.
So I'm studying with Mary Morrissey now, and she gave us a little tidbit the other day. So there's 5 things that you can do, but the number 1 is what I'm going to share with you. Number 1, you have an option. Have a thumbs up day or a thumbs down day. Now we all know we don't want a thumbs down day. So when you start your day, it's going to be a thumbs up day, and you'll see that your day will just follow along.
We have one more episode to come where we're going to speak about the best piece of advice that you can give to newer entrepreneurs or newer speakers to really untame their speaking potential.
All right.
We're going to have a lot of fun with that one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to get you to share with our audience, how can they get in touch with you? Because you have an infinite amount of wisdom that this audience needs.
So you can reach me by going to my website, tgifreedom.com, and there's a little section in there that says contact, and you can find how to get a hold of me that way. And I hope to hear from you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Susie.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me on the main stage today. I'm Meagan Fettes, urging you to embrace the knowledge shared and implement it to guide you to make sales from the stage and achieve your speaking goals. Remember that the spotlight is yours to claim. Keep evolving and keep making your mark. Here's to your success, impacting millions and monetizing your message from the stage.